Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Hey, Norm, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Carlos. Have you checked to make sure your montage is blocked?
Yes, I did. I did. We,
Nice.
we do not want to see another, uh, what was it? GE situation this morning.
Yep.
All right, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope you guys are having an amazing morning today. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Again, the market has been trading so well. Looking at BPTH right now, I mean, this thing is just unbelievable what it has been doing the last several days. So let's see what it puts in today. Right now, it looks like it's definitely in play already in our gappers list. So we'll get into that in a second. See another. But first, guys, let's look at, as usual, let's look at our stock watch list from yesterday. So let's see how these stocks traded. This was on my watch list here. I traded Sayo because it was mentioned in the chat room, and I think some other traders were looking at it as well. And it turned out to be a good trade. I wasn't able to get the right timing on it, but it turned out to be a beautiful trade. So we'll look at that as well because it was a good move yesterday. So before we get to it, let's see what the SPY is doing. I think it's opening up pretty flat today as well, right? Let's see what the daily chart looks like. By the way, Brian did his weekly recap yesterday, so make sure you're checking that out. Again, tons of good information on there. So make sure you take a look at that to see his take and some of the swing trades and some of the stuff he has on watch. And also sign up for the swing trading alerts. They're free, doesn't cost you anything. Go to our website, then go down over to where it says swing trades, and all the way at the bottom you got signups. You can also message Brian if you have any questions in regards to swing trading. Also pick up his book. Again, tons of good information on there if you are interested in adding swing trading to your day trading. It's a good way to have a good balanced portfolio. So here it is, guys. Again, we're having 3 red days. Brian was talking about a double top here on his recap yesterday. You can see it. We're losing it now. So opening up pretty flat at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see if we can hold this level here. We have this level, which is right at the previous day close. See if we can hold this and bounce back. If we crack this, it could be a sign that we might want to go lower in the next couple of days. So let's see how that works out today. So let's start with ANF. Again, ANF was just a beautiful trade. Andrew's recap. I love the way Andrew took that trade off the 2-minute opening range breakup. I think that strategy, there's definitely some potential in that strategy. He's been trying that out, and it's been working really nice. Norm, do you use the 2-minute chart too, or are you using 1 minute? What is?
I do. I use the 1 minute right at the open until the data starts to build a 2-minute chart, and then I use the 2-minute most of the day.
Gotcha. Okay, excellent. So yeah, so he took it right here, right off the 2-minute opening range breakup. Right over here, he took a nice pop and took advantage of this entire move. I waited for the 5 minutes. Also, if you wait for your 5 minutes, you also had a good opportunity. Right here was a good pullback, 9:36. After your 5 minutes, you get in on the way up, and you had a nice pop over here. So that was also nice. And then look at this here. If you're trading longer term, right? Let's say you have a 15-minute opening range breakup. Look how it comes right to the VWAP, and it just takes off from there all the way to break the high of the day, and it continues higher. So just plenty of ways to get into this trade. And I think even went higher than that, right? Yeah, it did crack that 26. Yeah, look at this. So slowly rises 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart and just becomes a beautiful trade all the way to the top. So just amazing how that traded yesterday. I know a lot of you guys took that trade, so good job there identifying, a good opportunity. SE was choppy at the open. Again, just really hard to take any type of trade here. But then it loses VWAP here out of nowhere. So this is very unexpected here. It's kind of consolidating into a point, and then it can't go any higher, cannot break the high of the day, and it just drops. So if you was watching this closely, you could have taken advantage of this drop here once it loses VWAP. Then you have a bounce here. But again, just very hard to trade SE yesterday. It just seemed very choppy at the open. Just very difficult to take a trade. Look at the 1-minute chart, right? This is also not too clean. So not the best move yesterday. But how about BZUN? Oh my God, this was a really good trade. I cannot believe I missed this one. I mean, this is textbook right here, right? It pops up, starts losing it, right? You don't want to get in here. You don't know yet if it's going to crack. But at the 5-minute, right? The 5-minute candle, this one right here loses VWAP or even a 934, and it becomes a beautiful drop, and then it just drips all the way down to even 37. So it just becomes a beautiful open range breakdown. Look at the 5-minute chart, how clean this is. It pops up, sells back down. Even here, I usually don't try to get in before the 5 minutes, but if I see something like this that's so clean after 2-3 minutes, you have an opportunity, a good risk to reward. You could take advantage of that. So it was so clean, you could have gotten anywhere here and taken advantage of this move towards the bottom. Then you get a nice double bottom here on the 5-minute chart. Not as clean, but you get a nice double bottom. Obviously does not want to break 37. Takes off. The moving averages come in, start turning, goes red to green. And I think we were in the chat room here because we do trade in the chat room all day, right? But here you can see that a lot of traders got in for this double bottom reversal. So good job, guys, getting into that trade. CBay was choppy. I was watching this closely, had it on my watch. It didn't do much. It's very difficult to take any of these trades, and the volume was not there too. I remember that. And yes, there it is. See, the volume came in at the open, but then it dried up. Didn't do much. And even though you see these nice swings to it, they were happening very slowly. And I don't like to be in a trade that doesn't have the momentum and volume. It's just not a good indication. You don't want to be stuck in a trade like that. But the swings are nice. This was a nice swing if you were able to time it and catch it, find a good risk to reward. There's a beautiful range, top and bottom, but just the volume was not there. Again, MU, I did have MU on my watch list, and it traded amazing opening range breakdown. You guys were mentioning it in the chat room. I was trading something else, but look at this here. Just exactly what we like to see, this pullback, right? This pullback right to a little less middle of the candle. You get the pullback right on the 5-minute candle. On the way down for the crack of the body or the low of the previous 5-minute candle is what I like to get in. And then you get this nice dump here, just beautiful. Does not test your entry again. You take some here at the loss of momentum. You hold through this consolidation, see what's going to happen next. Maybe take off more here just in case to play it safe. But look at this drop. Comes all the way down to 37.49. Just traded beautifully. Holds is 37.72 actually where the price is at now. And then it bounces right to VWAP. So again, you could have played this both ways. But the move here was the open range breakdown, just very clean. Again, guys, it's just the market has been giving us a lot of clean moves. It does not always happen this way, but when it does, it's fun to trade these moves and be able to identify them. NIO was very choppy, sold up, sold back down, and it was kind of consolidating into a point here. And I was watching this, and I said around here, this could be a good long. I didn't take the trade, but it did pop up. I'm not sure if any of you guys did. But then you had this drastic drop, and this is what NIO is. You got to be very careful. It just drops out of nowhere and then just starts losing. It could have been a great short. I did not have shares for short on this one, so it was not easy for me to get into this position. And how about BPTH? And again, wow, it's at 1643. I mean, really, this is out of control. So had a great pre-market entry on BPTH. I don't usually trade pre-market, but yesterday was an exception. Just looked very clean. But even without the pre-market, look at this ABCD pattern. It's just ABCD pattern after ABCD pattern all the way up. Really strong stock. It pops up, consolidates, pops up, consolidate, pops up. I mean, this is just textbook here. Again, very risky stock, guys. Very low float. We don't usually trade these type of stocks. You want to be very careful on your sizing. It's very important. And then Seiyo, I did not have Seiyo on my watch list, but me and Brian were trading live. Once Andrew got disconnected because he's trading from London in a hotel, so the internet was not great. Me and Brian got on here, and we saw a beautiful possible short in this area. Our timing was a little bit off. It did sell off like we were expecting, but this 26 level we had was just it was giving us a really hard time. Eventually sold off, and it was a nice little drop here. And then the news comes out, right? If we had Benzinga up, so Benzinga comes out with news at around 10:43 that they're being backed up, and look at this pop. So maybe you don't catch this pop off the news, but then it gives you a lot of opportunities here. Pulls back, and it gives you a beautiful pullback and all the way up to these levels. Breaks the high of the day and gets up to 27.60. So a beautiful trade on Seiyu as well yesterday. Again, just a lot of stocks moving this week, moving nicely with some patterns that you can catch. So that's great to see. All right, guys, so let's get into it. As usual, we'll go into our gappers list right over here, trade ideas, and then we'll look at our Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers, and then we'll check what you guys have on your end for us to look at. So off the bat, let's start with BPTH, and actually it's a low flow, so I'm going to put it all the way down here. Already 1.6 million shares traded so far. I mean, that's just insane volume here. See what we have going on for today. Let's get our charts in line.
You would want to look at BPTH again.
Yes, I would. I would. Although I'm concerned of trading it again today and overstaying my welcome with the stock. It's just I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna watch and just enjoy the ride here. But BPTH, again, just look at this. It's just so strong. Let's look at the daily chart. I mean, this thing is a monster, right? Usually regular low flows, they pop up, they sell off, and they just, you know, kind of drizzle away. This one comes right back up. Huge day yesterday. And today's already setting up for another huge day, up almost 17, high of 1685. So, I mean, this thing is going for it. Now, this stock is no stranger to high price. This stock was trading for a while. This range here, this range is a $30 range, right? $35 range. So it was trading at a higher price. So it's not a stranger to that. At one point, I think up to 50 bucks. It looks like it's trying to get back up to those levels. So again, guys, we'll find some levels for this in a second. The key here is you have to stick to your stop loss and you have to mind your size, right? Definitely do not go in here gunning for a home run. You want to make your money on the stocks on the move, not on the amount of shares you take. So take a small amount of shares. If if we get a good move, great, but don't take a huge amount of shares trying to make a big move out of this. All right, so let's look at EAF. EAF is up 10.4, 243,000 shares traded so far. Pre-market doesn't look great at the moment. How's the daily chart? All right, so we got some two big down days here. It's gapping up, I guess, trying to recover a bit. So I do like that. I do like the daily chart looks good. We have some clean levels we can find here. What kind of stock is this? It's a tech stock. Wonder what the news is on this one. Let me just check Benzinga here, guys. Let's see what we have going on for EAF. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we have, okay, so it looks like they had a secondary offering that was withdrawn. So that's good. That's good news for them. That means that I guess there was rumors about it having a secondary offering around here. That's probably why it got down, and now it's being rumors of it being taken away. So, all right, we'll take it. That's a grain of salt. We got to see exactly what it does. But right now, the pre-market action, guys, not looking clean. I do like the daily chart. Let's keep it on here. Let's see if it gets more volume, if it comes a little better. Next, we have Seyo. Seyo had a big day yesterday too, very active. Today is gapping up 2%. Let's see what the daily chart is doing. So again, it gapped down, right? It opened lower. It was down a bit. Recovered, went red to green yesterday, and now it's gapping up 2%. So, all right, so this could be interesting. It did trade very well yesterday, so I do want to check this one out and see what it's doing. But right now, the pre-market action doesn't look great. Only 175,000 shares traded, but just not a clean pre-market action on the 5 or the 1. But I do like the daily chart. I do like this slingshot move that it's doing here, and we definitely got some levels that it can get to. And we could play both ways, short and long, so that's also a plus. HZNP down 4.4, 225,000 shares traded. Oh, weird daily chart. What kind of stock is this? Let's check the float. 163 million shares float, so not bad. Right, just has a pretty weird kind of chart, right?
It's a foreign company.
I'm sorry,
yeah,
it's what?
It's a foreign company out of Ireland. It's foreign out of Ireland.
There we go. That explains it. Yeah, I noticed it look a little funky here. So had a big day a couple of days ago. Now it looks like it's losing it, trying to head back down to its normal trading prices. At the moment, the pre-market action looks okay. Looks decent, has some volume. So we're starting to get into a nice flow here. It is a foreign stock, so I'm going to be cautious with that. If we don't find anything better, I'm going to remove this one. But it looks like it might be trading somewhat decent over the last couple of days. Just a nice gap that is trying to close here towards the downside. But you can see on a normal basis, this stock does not trade well. You could tell just by look at the way these candles and these wicks are. It doesn't trade well. That's why I asked if it was what kind of stock it was. You can tell sometimes why these stocks look funky, and that explains it. BURL down 7%, 132,000 shares traded so far. Not the best, cleanest daily chart. Just looks a lot of wicks, more than bodies. I'm usually concerned when I see that. Let's see what the pre-market action is doing now. Not so bad. It's early, 8:45 Eastern time at the moment, so it can continue to develop and continue to lose it here. I do like this drop. This is a big drop for a stock that's trading at 167. It's down 7%. That's quite a bit. So it lost this level here. It couldn't hold that 160. And the next level we have one right here that's trying to hold now, I believe, 155, and then another one down here. So we'll look at that. Pre-market action looks okay. Looks decent. It's starting out to to get a nice downtrend here. So we want to see that a little bit on the higher side. I don't usually trade stuff this high, but this is trading nicely, could turn even better. So let's take a look at it. KR, I know KR has some news. Wait, I'm missing a few here. Let's go back. NIO. So NIO is down 2%. 632,000 shares traded so far. So tons of volume here. Seems like a choppy pre-market action. Again, NIO just trades weird, trades funky. This is a Chinese stock, right? Right, Norm? I think we talked about this before. Yeah. So
I'm not a fan. I jumped into it for a quick trade yesterday and realized why I didn't like it.
Good. Yeah, it's one of those stocks that just trades funky. It has some days where, again, it had a good day last week. I think this was. But again, it just trades funky. I don't have shares for short on it. It is on short selling restriction. We'll watch it. We'll put some levels on it. But again, same here. Norm, I'm not a fan of it neither. IGT is up here, down 7.7, 140,000 shares traded so far. Not a clean pre-market action. Not much volume here. It looks pretty flat at the moment. But it is down quite a bit. Look at this chart here. So a little interesting. Doesn't look too clean. Looks weird, but again, we'll take a look at it. Hopefully can get more volume. Doesn't have great volume at the moment. KR is down 11.3. So that's really down here. KR must have news. Let's check it out. KR.
Yeah, they had terrible earnings and guidance this morning, and then I think people are also scared because Amazon's getting into the regular grocery store space.
Oh, yep. Well, we have Whole Foods here in my area. I don't know I'm not sure if that's a nationwide store, but yeah, Amazon owns them now, so they're trying to get into that grocery.
They're trying to get into even just the regular grocery space that's not real high priced like Whole Foods. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that would scare anyone, especially the way Amazon operates. I mean, these guys are just huge competition for anybody to get into their space. So guys, again, we have been single here. Make sure you take advantage of this, right? It's free with your membership. So click on there. You can have it open, and just if you have it without a ticker, whatever news comes up new, fresh, you'll just post it on here, and you can click on it and go to that article and see what's going on. So pretty useful. It's very timely too. I've seen some situations where something comes up here, you turn to the stock, and a couple of seconds later, or a minute or two, it starts to react. So not bad. KR, right? So I like KR, down 11.6, tons of volume. I mean, 1.3 million shares traded. That's interesting. I like that. Great pre-market action. You have this drop here. This just looks flat because you have these two weird candles that are, creating a weird price action. But if you zoom in here, this is a good pre-market action. This is very clean, nice downtrend with volume. Spread is good for the pre-market already, only 1 cent or 2, so that's good. That's a good sign. So KR definitely looking great this morning. What else we have here? Anything else on this list? No, I think that covers our trade ideas gappers. Let's hop over to Nasdaq actives and Nasdaq gainers. So let's start with GTXI. 1.3 million shares traded. Has a good pre-market action. This is usually when you start getting these low flows that start building up. They have this pop, they consolidate, and then they can, go in for another move up. The float on this bad boy GTXI is 15, so not too low float, but not too much of a low float. What I don't like about this one is that it's under $5. I like stuff above $5. They just seem to trade a little cleaner. Does not say that this one doesn't. That could be just a mental thing, guys. You gotta just find your niche and what works for you, right? So CEEL, 1.9 million shares traded, up 40%. Wow, look, must be a low flow stock day today too. Same thing here, right? It pops up. You got all the early buyers here. Now it's consolidating. If it can hold here, it can be a good move towards the high of the day. Let's see what the flow is on this. Wow, this is really low flow. This is in the BPTH area. This is only 800,000. So we'll put it on here, but I'm not going to watch all of this. Obviously, we'll pick the best 1 or 2, which right now seems to be the talk of the town, BPTH. Obviously, that should be on everybody's list just in case you get some kind of a good opportunity. ALT up 30%, 1.1 million shares traded. What's the float? 8.3. So a little higher. We'll keep it on here. This one's selling off though. It's not holding like the other ones. Like this one here, CU is holding. GTXI is kind of holding. ALT is kind of losing it here, though it has the volume. So this doesn't look as great as the other two. Let's see how that develops. RBZ is not doing much. Looks pretty flat right now, although it has 200 and something thousand volume. CLMT, not a good pre-market action, no volume. CODX, nothing happening here, has volume but not a good pre-market action. HIIQ, not much going on, pretty flat, no volume. TYME, nothing happening. And then last one on this column, PHIK, pretty flat, no volume. CO we have, BPTH we have, GTXI we have, ALT we have. So the top four in the Nasdaq active we already have down here. They have a decent pre-market list. We'll take a look at them closely in a second. CODX we looked at already, looks pretty flat, not much happening here. The QQQs are ETFs, I don't trade those. AMD is on this list, pretty flat at the moment, not doing much, so we'll skip it for now. PS, no pre-market action right now, nothing happening. And then TVIX is an ETF as well for volatility. So moving up right now, is the SPY dropping? Let's check what the SPY is doing. Yeah, SPY's dropping a bit, going back down towards the previous day close. Let's see if it wants to put in another red day today. That's going to be interesting to see how that ends up. All right, guys, we got quite a bit. Not all looks great, but we will get rid of the week and see which ones we can keep. What do you guys have on your end? What do you guys are watching that you like this morning that is not already on this list here? All right, Dash, we have SVMK. SVMK. So there's no volume on SVMK. Has an okay daily chart, but no volume at the moment for this, for the pre-market. ACB, let's look at ACB. ACB has been really active. What did it end up doing yesterday? So it had a big day 2 days ago. Yesterday kind of had a big day, but then it sold off, right? Opened up here, pops up, then right back down. And today looks like it might want to go for, get another try of that 840, 824. So ACB looks good, looks very active, tons of volume here. I personally do not like the way this stock trades. I think it's very choppy. I prefer to trade like a Cron. See what Cron is doing, see if some of the other pot stocks are moving, right? What's your thoughts on these pot stocks? Which one's your favorite? Cron, CGC?
Probably Cron and CGC. I don't trade the pot stocks a whole lot, but those are the two that I focus in on because typically they move very similarly. Right. And I like the way they're priced. You know, Tilray, when it shot up and then dropped in half in one day, I won't touch that. And then, you know, ACB is a little questionable for me at times. So yeah, Cron and CGC.
Yeah, that's what I like to trade too as well. What's the other one? APHA. Also, I don't like the way it trades neither. It's just something about it. But Cron's not doing much. Cron is pretty flat. So yeah, so ACB again, guys, it looks active. It looks like it's moving, but I'd rather trade some of the other stuff we have on here. Not to say this cannot put in a good day today. I'll look for this in my scanners. We already have some levels on here from the previous pre-market shows we have done. So, you know, very clean levels on here already. All right, what else? We have NVCR. NVCR is, I don't have no pre-market information on this one. Do you have anything on this? Or am I looking at this wrong? Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't have anything on this. Norm, what do you see here? NVCR.
It hadn't traded. It's traded 0 shares, so it's literally no volume.
Yep, just wanted to confirm that I was not the only one. So yeah, Arbor, not much happening there. Daily chart looks interesting though. It has lost quite a bit. Been grinding higher, then it has 2 drops here. So unless that's what you're pointing out, yeah, this could be something you could watch in the mid-morning because again, it's just having a really hard time here holding up to these levels. Had an engulfing pattern on the daily chart and now dropping here. So it could be a good mid-morning play later on. See how it reacts. All right, anything else, guys? What else we have here? All right, over here we have IGT. Yes, IGT we have here, so we'll go over that in a second. Merengue, thank you. MRVL. This is Marble, I think, right? MRVL.
Marvell Technologies, yeah.
Let me show this. Okay, here we go.
No volume.
Yeah, no volume on this one, guys. So nothing going on here this pre-market. Mickey has GWRE. GWRE. Oh, okay. This looks like it's trying to do something now. Doesn't have enough volume yet, but it looks like it's starting to pick up after 8:30. It's been getting some type of volume here. See what the daily chart looks like. Daily chart doesn't look too great though. It looks very, very choppy here. I like the candles to link up and do a nice flow. You have some choppiness here, but it's up quite a bit, 13.3. You know, we'll put it on here. We'll find some levels for it. Not a fan of it yet, but it is starting to pick up. We'll find some levels, and just in case it hits our scanners, we can look into it. But not the best daily chart.
BK.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to throw out, I also have BKS, which is like it's secondary, maybe even tertiary list, just to see if it does anything later today. But it's starting to get a little volume.
Oh, this is interesting. Down 11%. Yep. We'll find some levels on this. It could start picking up and getting into a nice flow here. So I do like that. Excellent. All right, guys. Anything else? We have quite a bit. We can start getting some levels for what we have. All right, we'll do one more here. AEO. Why is my charts not linking up? Here we go. AEO. All right, no volume, guys, on AEO right now. Only 33,000 shares traded. And if you look at the pre-market action, this is not a great pre-market action. This is very choppy. So starts here 3.7, right? This is where it starts, and then it's just very choppy. So you don't want to be in a trade that's trading like this. Not to say that at the open that could change. We're seeing things very flat and have a beautiful open, but you want to give yourself the best possible opportunities. And then this is why we have our trade idea scanners up in the room all day, right? We look at those scanners. If we don't find anything in the watch list that we're watching, you know, we look over to the scanners and see if there's anything popping there. Turbo breakdown, turbo breakup, you know, high of day of bull flag, all great scanners to watch at the open when the volume is at its greatest. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Let's look at what we have here quite a bit. Let's see, EAF at the moment just still pretty flat. I mean, I like that it's up 10%. I like the daily chart. Again, they're being backed up by some news, but not liking the way this action is looking right now. So we'll find some levels just to have them, but we might not keep this one. So let's start right over here. I have the pre-market 13.49. Above that, you have the gap at 14.07, 14.05. Below that, you have we can mark the previous day. The low of the pre-market at the moment. 12.75. Then below that, you have this over here, previous day highs and low, and then previous day close. So plenty of clean levels, but right now the pre-market action doesn't look great, unless it can get better. Who knows? But not a fan of it right now. Seiyo is picking up here. Seiyo does not have a great pre-market action, but it's been putting in some really good days. So let's check the levels we have for it. So right now, same levels we have from yesterday, 28.33, 27.87. Then we also have the previous day close, and we have some more levels down here, 27.03. Looks like it's a good one. Let's get rid of this one here. Yeah, 27.03, and then some more all the way down here. I don't think we'll get there. Above 28.33, if we have anything, oh, we have a huge gap above 28.03. So check this out, guys. So the next level, the next recent level we have here will be 29.38, 29.34 if it decides to, you know, go higher. So doesn't look clean pre-market action wise, but it could put in a good day. I might get rid of this one by 9.30, 9.20 if it doesn't do anything good. But I like the daily chart. I like the bounce that it's putting in here. I like the fact that if it can break through this 28.33, we have a pretty nice level all the way up here. So very interesting after a big day yesterday. Let's see how that develops. HZNP, very active, good pre-market action. Weird daily chart. This is a foreign stock, so might not be the first selection I keep, but it is trading well right now, I gotta say. Looking at the pre-market action, looking at the volume, no reason for us not to take a look at it. Low of the pre-market 24. Below that, we have a level at 23.49. I'm picking that off the top of this kind of consolidation you have here. You have all these days kind of trying to get above this level, but they can't. Below that, we have this day over here, 22.85. And then you can mark this one also here, but very close, 22.40. And I think that's plenty of levels. We also have a moving average coming in here as well. Towards the top, you have the previous day low, previous day close, plenty of levels here. I don't think you need more than that. So plenty of levels right now for HZNP. I like the way it's trading actually. This range, right, comes right back down here, pops up. I tested it last night as well, kind of, and then pops up again. So let's see if we can hold at 23.98, or if it's going to crack that, it can put in a good move. So trading somewhat clean at the moment. BURL. BURL, high of the pre-market at this time, 160.90, 94. Low of the pre-market at 154.53. See what we have in between, any levels. Okay, we got a level right here. This date comes down, and what I like about this date, it comes down here and then pops up. So that 158.55 could be a possible level of resistance on the way up. And if it loses this 54.58, clean level down here, guys, at this huge day that it had two big days. Had a big down day here to that level and a big update day from that level, 151.34, and all the way down here, 147.92. So it is putting in some good moves. Again, a bit of a higher price stock. How's the spread on this? 12 cents. Actually, that's not bad for the pre-market. 12 cents on a stock that's this high. So we'll see. NIO, guys, I don't know. I'm going to remove NIO. I just think I don't like the way it's trading. We'll look at something else. IGT, it has the volume, but look where the volume is, right? It's kind of 66,000 in this one candle, another 30 here. So it's creating a really flat pre-market action. How the daily chart looks. And the daily chart, again, looks good. And this beautiful drop here, 7%, but the pre-market action just doesn't look great. So I'm going to get rid of this one here. KR, I like KR. KR is very active right now. Let's find some levels towards the top because the bottom, I think, might get cracked in a few seconds. 26.45 is a nice level here. You got this down day, and this got this bounce here from a couple of days. Also, look how great that 26.45 is. And as we know, guys, these levels are an area. So we have a drop, then a bounce right from here. We have another drop and a bounce right from here. So again, that could be a good support resistance if it comes on the way up. Is there anything else between here? What's below this pre-market low right now at exactly at 25? Do we have anything below here? Oh yeah, we do. So let's go right in here and find. Yeah, right. So this was what, 2008. So let's click right here. Amazon here killing businesses, right? So 24.34, and then we have 23.62 below 25. Very clean level, guys. Look at this. Comes right down, heads back up, comes right up to this level, heads back up, and then this 25 also acting as some resistance, right? We talk about that, how resistance becomes support and vice versa. That's clearly happening here within these levels. So KR is looking good, hitting that 24. And again, guys, Andrew talks about this. We teach it in the classes as well. You don't want to be biased on a stock that's dropped this much, thinking it's going to drop more. You want to get into the market open, see what the price action is giving you before you make a decision. This can go either way, so be careful. Don't have a bias, short or long. GWRE, still not picking up in volume. I like the daily chart. We'll put some levels on here, but I'm going to remove it. But just in case it hits our scanners, we have 98.95, which is the high of the pre-market, low of the pre-market, 94.65. Right in the middle here, we have another level, 96.23. So that's enough for me on this one. I'm not going to keep it, but just in case it pops up into our scanners, we have that. BKS. All right, BKS putting it in a bounce here. This looks interesting. What's the float, by the way, Norm, on this one? I know you're watching this one too.
54 million.
Okay, perfect. So low of the pre-market, we have it at 506. Anything below that? Yep, we do. We have some levels here. We can mark down 5 right over here. What's this? Yep, 586, and then we also have 548 all the way down there. Then towards the top, we have this gap we can possibly try to close, 663. Then above that, you have plenty of levels, previous day highs and lows, the previous day close, all listed up there. Is there anything in between here? Yeah, we can actually mark something in between here. Right over here, guys, we can mark 544 from these days. See how it comes right back up and then bounces from that. Norm, before I get to the low flows, anything else you like on mid-flow stocks?
No, that's all I'm seeing right now is essentially what we've gone over.
Sweet, guys. All right, just want to make a few quick announcements. First is Andrew isn't trading from London. He's gonna be there for a couple of days. So March 8th, if you're able to meet with him, if you're in the London area, he would love to have a meetup with you. Make sure to check out our website. We're gonna post it now, the information. You do not need to be a member of Bearable Traders to meet up. So he would love to have some company and and spend some time with you guys. Next we have is a Dash Trader Challenge. I'm sorry, the Bearable Traders Challenge. So Norm, I know that we've been getting a lot of inquiries and a lot of great feedback on this. I'm excited for it. What's your thoughts so far on the way it's going?
I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think it just, kind of a challenge between different people in the chat room that watch us on YouTube. Gives people, there's a discount code to get a really, really discounted rate to be part of the room if you want as a part of it. So all those things together, I think it's really exciting.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it too. I mean, it's friendly competition, but at the same time, is a good way to feel out if trading is for you. Because Andrew talks about that. Trading is not for everybody, but it's a great opportunity to get your foot into the door, see what it's about. Get familiar with the software we use, the strategies. And you get a week to test it out, run it, and then the competition starts a week after, if I'm correct. And again, I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys. So that's what we have right now for the mid and large stocks. Let's look at these crazy low flows so far. So GTXI holding a bit here. Let's find some levels for it. GTXI, it is up $1. We have a level here at 184. Higher pre-market 216. This thing can run if it gets the volume here. All right, and then next after that, I'm gonna mark the close of this day at 246 and all the way up here at 332 in case we get lucky today. And then towards the bottom for falling angel, I'm gonna put the close of this day here. That could be interesting. It's sitting actually at 152. That's good. Look at that 152, how it also becomes huge support, a resistance for these days here, just banging their heads on it. So I like 152 for a possible falling angel strategy. Actually, I didn't even know this, but look, it just bounced right from it today. So on the pre-market. See, we're not even looking at this. We're looking at the daily chart. And look how the daily chart is supporting that 152. So that level, I like that level very, very much. BPTH, we have a level up here right now, high of the pre-market, which probably won't hold for long. 685. What do we have towards the top? We have a gap here that we might want to close. The gap is sitting at 1725. Above that, not easy to find levels when you see drops like this. It's not clean, but you can also get into 21, could be a level, the whole dollar, and then this one up here. But in a stock like this, guys, the levels are important, but also you got to look at the price action, right? Don't be stubborn with the levels. If you get a move, 40, 50, 60 cents, make sure you're taking some off and just putting some in your pocket, and then put yourself in the comfort zone in the driver's seat and let this thing ride. So again, BPTH, monster the last couple of days. Looks like it wants to go higher today, opening up pretty strong. Tons of volume, 2 million shares traded right now. Again, I keep saying it, but this is a really low flow stock, so you want to be careful with the sizing. Again, look at these candles. This thing opened up at 13, is now at 16, 17. That's a $4 move almost. So be very careful here. SEEL, SEAL is looking interesting. Actually, this is looking interesting. Yeah, high of the pre-market right now. 257. Let's see what we have on the daily chart here. We have another level right up here on top of this day, 308. Another one all the way up here at 447. Pretty hard to find a level here, but I'm going to pick this one. The reason I'm picking up 338 is because you have this day bouncing from it. And you have this day bouncing from it as well. So I like the 358. Then towards the bottom, you have 2. 2 is perfect. Look how that $2 mark on the previous day high is listed right on there. So that's good for a possible fallen angel if it comes right back down. All right, what else we have in ALT? ALT is just kind of losing it. So I'm not really going to watch this one. Doesn't look as great as SEAL, BPTH, and GTXI. And actually, SEAL is starting to lose it too now. It has to hold it here or else it's not going to be any good. So I'll watch this closely into the open and pick the best one. But right now, I like BPTH, and between GTXI and SEAL, well, SEAL is losing it big time here. It's got to hold it. But it looks like GTXI and BPTH have the best opportunity to take off here. I only like watching at least 2 low flow stocks, no more than that. Not at least, at max 2 or 1. But not more than that. So, all right, guys. Let's see what else. Anything else we have missed here? We got a couple of minutes before we we switch over to get ready for the open. Anything else, any other stocks that are not on this list that might be interesting?
I know YouTube's asking for PS.
PS, yeah. I see also Lewis here put PS in our chat room. Let's see what PS is got going on. 591,000 shares traded already. What is PS, by the way? What company is this?
Burl site. I have no idea.
No idea what that is. Daily chart looks a little choppy, but today's definitely been played the last couple of days. So from here to here, looks very choppy. This is what we say, not a great daily chart. See how systematic this looks? But from here to here, this is great trading. These days look amazing. So yeah, we'll take a look at that. And actually, it's got a couple of days where it's trading very well. This is good. This is not so good from here to here. So yeah, let's take a look at it. It's dropping down. Any news, guys? Let's check Benzinga. See what we got going on there. What's the reason for this drop? I'll find some levels in the meantime. 28.50 is the low of the pre-market at the moment. We have another drop over here at 28.05. Then down here, no clean levels down here, but I'm gonna mark this one here, 27.12, closest moving average coming into. Towards the top, previous day close, previous day low, and previous day low again here, previous day high. So towards the top, plenty of levels. I don't think you need to add anymore. But the pre-market action, guys, doesn't look too clean. So this got to get better. Doesn't look great right now. It's hitting our radar, so we'll keep it on here. It is hitting the trade idea scanner now, so we'll keep it on here. But right now, it just does not look great. So what's the news? Peter secondary offering. Okay, did that just come out now or a couple of days ago?
Yeah, it just came out. It came out this morning, which is usually not a great trading catalyst, but the chart looks pretty decent. So.
Yeah, the daily chart looks like it's. I like the daily chart here. I'm not liking the pre-market action so much, but again, the volume just seems to starting to come in now to ramp up, so it could turn better. All right, we'll keep it on here. I'll make a decision in a bit. Let's just quickly go through this one more time. EAF is dropping a bit here, trying to hold that 12.75 level here. Cracked it already. Not the best pre-market action. Seyo, yeah, I'm gonna remove Seyo. I just don't like the way it's trading. It's pretty flat and no volume. Look at this volume; it's just pretty flat. So let's get rid of Seyo. Had a big day yesterday. Don't like the way it's trading today. HZNP is creating a nice flow here, so this is good. Probably a 6 out of 10. Not great. BURL is nice. It's dropping here. It wants to test that 154 again, so we'll keep that. KR is great too. I like KR. Tons of volume. This is probably one of my favorite ones to watch today. I like the movement on it. VKS also looks a little choppy, but again, it's just bouncing back here. It could put in a nice move, so I like that one also. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you know what? We can watch these 6. We can watch these. Let's see what MU is doing today. Hey, good morning, Brian. MU is dropping. Let's check AMD. AMD is not doing much. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna drop off ALT now. I'm gonna remove that one. CEO is bouncing back, but for some reason I like GTIX better. I'm not sure, but I'll just keep one of these. CEO is bouncing back nicely. I'll get rid of GTXI. I'll keep BPTH and CEO, and even then I probably won't keep both of them anyways. MU, we're gonna wait for that to hit our scanners. I think I still have too many. Norm, what do you have on your end? Anything that we don't have here?
No, I'm trimming mine down, and it's got all the same things you have too. I've got an eye on Roku as a secondary, also just because it's been moving so much in the last few days.
BKS, KR, BURL is starting to lose it here. Starting to really get below some levels. EAF. All right, definitely got one too many. I got to get rid of a few. It is early still, 9:15, but by 9:20 I'll finalize this list. So guys on YouTube, this is what I have so far. Follow us on Twitter. We'll post our watch list at Bearable Traders, at Norm BBT, and also at Carlos M BBT as well. We'll post our watch list in a second. I'll also see what Brian has on his watch. Let's see what his intake is on some of these. We got one more popping up into our gapper scanners. Let's take a look at REZI. REZI. Ooh, no, ugly. Not much happening there. So yeah, so this is what I have so far. But again, guys, I really like KR. KR is looking really good. Tons of volume. BURL is looking good too. It's losing it here. HZNP also is putting in a good range here. Not crazy volume yet, but looks like it has potential. And EAF, pretty flat at the moment, but it looks like it wants to lose these levels here. So I do like the daily chart on EAF. So we'll keep a track of that one too. And let's take one last look at BPTH. Again, just a monster for the last couple of days, trying to get back to that 1688. And CO starting to look better. I like that it dropped here and it's bouncing back now. But I'm very cautious with stocks under $5. You got to be very careful. And I think this is a very low flow stock, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is 800,000 shares, guys. So I mean, you really got to watch what you take here. You got to be really, really careful. All right, guys, on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Have a great trading day. Trade safe, guys. Definitely take a look at that Bear Bull Traders Challenge. Also, check out the meetup in London with Andrew, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Trade safe.